Hi, I'm Bob Rubart, and welcome to this edition of Friends of Me. My guest today is Anthony Pappas. Anthony is the author of a brand new book available from Kindle. It's The Lives of Harold Gray. So, how you doing, Tony?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me about The Lives of Harold Gray.
Harold Gray is a roughly 1,300-year-old guy who, somewhere along the line, gained some interesting abilities. He can read minds if he touches someone. He can change his appearance to the appearance of someone else that he's touched, and he can't stay dead. So, how he got these things, I haven't explained, and I'm not quite sure yet myself, but that's the gist of it.
That's
So,
one of the things that I liked about the book is that you're confronted with this character with these as supernatural powers go, kind of limited, which really appealed to me. It's the idea that vampires are uh, well, I guess not officially immortal, but they live forever. They're undead, but they can suck blood, fly, change shapes, that sort of thing. But Harold's powers are, he can, as you said, if he touches people, he can read minds, he can shapeshift, and he's immortal. But that's, he doesn't shoot lightning bolts out of his eyes or
no,
anything like that. But I really did enjoy the fact that you're just sort of confronted with this guy.
right. Yeah. I mean, I guess I have an origin story in mind, but I think right now it's enough that I know it. So maybe,
Yeah, to
maybe
hell with
that,
the reader, right?
I just mean like, I can keep the story consistent because I know where he comes from, but I don't think it's that important yet that the reader understands how he got these powers. And maybe it's never going to be important. I don't know. I mean, how he got this way, it doesn't matter. He's going through life trying to figure things out. And I mean, honestly, we're all adults here. He fucks it up a lot. So
Yeah.
that's the part that interests me the most. That he doesn't, for all of whatever these gifts are, he's really no better off or no more well equipped to deal with life than anybody else is. He just has a longer one, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration for this character?
It started off as pretty much a vigilante story. Um, there's a story. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, really, but there's a story where there's somebody preying on children, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be an interesting twist if somebody preys on an innocent child, and that child isn't exactly what he seems to be, and tables get turned on the predator. So it started off like that. Really, no greater lesson or moral intended. Just I wanted to see a creep get his just desserts unexpectedly, and that satisfied me quite a bit. So that was it. And then from there, I thought, well, what if he can't die? What if he's got these other couple things going on, and those could be interesting. Um, One thing that inspired me, and there's a quote at the beginning of the book by oh man, his name escapes me now.
I
Thoreau.
there, oh, I've heard
By
of
Thoreau.
him.
Yeah, he's really catching on with the kids, I hear. And anyway, I'm probably going to mess it up, but it says, "Could there be a greater miracle than to see through another's eyes for an instant?" And that appealed to me because wouldn't it be great if you knew what somebody else was thinking about you or about anybody else? But that doesn't even always help him out. So everything is kind of a mixed blessing with him.
Who do you read? Who I'm curious about what writers influenced you in writing The Lives of Harold Gray.
Oh man,
I see a
I mean,
bunch
I
of books
read
behind you, so I know you read some books. Unless those are just the
these.
backs of the books.
That's actually wallpaper. That's not even.
It's a green
I got
screen
this
shot.
backdrop from. I got this backdrop from Sears, from the photo studio. These are not real books. No, I pretty much read everything, from philosophy to James Bond books to. I like Steinbeck a lot. I like comic books. Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, there's really nothing that I don't like to read. So to say what influenced this, I don't know. Maybe it all gets mashed up somewhere and twisted in my odd brain, and this is what came out.
It reminded, the story structure reminded me to one degree of Kurt Vonnegut's The Slaughterhouse-Five, because the story jumps around in time.
Right. Yeah.
I think that you cover probably about 1,000 years.
Roughly. Yeah.
I think the earliest story is is in 905 or 908 in, is it Ireland?
Yeah, something like that. Or
And then
somewhere in the UK or
yeah,
that area. Yeah.
and then it comes right up to present day. But in Slaughterhouse-Five, of course, Billy Pilgrim it's not a time travel story, but he sort of comes, as Vonnegut describes it, unstuck in time, where his reality shifts from present day to his past, sort of beyond his control. But the vignette structure in this I really liked. Because there's the chapters will jump, some of them jump 100 years or hundreds of years, and but
Right.
you're still dealing with the same character. Why did you decide to forego let's call it the traditional publishing route and self-publish as a Kindle book?
Mainly, like when I was getting pretty close to being done with all the stories, it was getting time to I'd have to find an agent, have to find somebody to shop this around. I don't know. I heard about the Kindle option, and I just thought, let me give that a try and see how that goes first. Let me just do it on my own. And to be honest, an agent and then them shopping it around, and then the thought of all the rejections from everybody, let me just try it my own way first and see how that goes, and at least see see if there's any sort of initial reaction.
Yeah.
Because not only is not only is there the potential rejection from all the people the agent would shop it around to, there's the potential rejection from all the agents who don't want to deal with me. So rather than go through that, I thought I'd just do my own thing.
Yeah. So
Maybe I have a fragile ego.
So how has the experience been so far? I mean, is this something that you would, if you're planning a second book, would you do it the same way?
I think it's still kind of soon because, obviously I still go to work every day, so this hasn't, I'm not getting rich off this thing yet. But, we'll see. I'm still kind of reserving judgment. I think it's been a positive experience. I've got a lot of good feedback from people. There's been some good reviews posted. So I don't know. I mean, if it keeps going the way it has been and sales pick up, I would definitely do this again. Yeah, for sure.
Are you planning a second book?
I have other stories. Some are started, some are mostly finished. Still dealing with Harold Gray. So yeah, I do intend to collect them together at some point. Based on how this one does, we'll see if I end up publishing them or not. But I'll keep writing them anyway. Ideas occur to me, and why not at least commit them to some format?
Yeah. Are you thinking beyond Harold Gray? Do you have other characters in mind, possibly for the future?
Not really. Any other stories I think of, they're kind of like one and done things, like real short episodes, not something where I would pick up that character and explore them further than that. The thing with Kindle publishing, it's out there, but it's not popping up in everybody's face. They can't really, unless they're directed there by some other means, they're never going to find it. So yeah, Twitter will be great for that, Facebook, and if I can start up a blog and generate some interest that way.
Well, that, and I think if you get a really big image of the book cover printed up and you put it on a big stick and you stand on street corners, I think that can work. I see a lot of businesses doing that, and it must be successful.
You're right, and I stand on a lot of street corners anyway, so I may as well have a big sign.
If you're there.
Yeah, I mean, what else am I doing? I got nothing going on.
Well, all right. So the book is The Lives of Harold Gray. The author is Anthony Pappas. The book's available on the Amazon Kindle store. Go out and buy several copies. Christmas is only, like 12 months away. So, it's never too early to give gifts.
And I've calculated if I sell about 400,000 of these, I can retire if I live frugally and then get a second job. So please keep that in mind.
All right, so there's your challenge, people watching this. We want to get Tony up to 400,000 sold copies of The Lives of Harold Gray. So let's make it happen for this guy. Tony, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bob. Good talking to you.
And so the evil cycle goes on and on.